Hello traders and welcome to the ForexBoat Trading Academy. Today I will be presenting Canadian versus Japanese yen currency pair. The analysis we will be having are pretty simple but quite straightforward. And before we start, don't forget to click subscribe button and click that bell to get notification of all the upcoming videos. And I would like to remind you that all the information that we will be presenting in this video is for educational purpose only, should not be considered as the financial advice. So here is the daily time frame for Canadian Japanese yen. Very simple analysis. As you can see, we have two trend lines, the downtrend trend line and the uptrend trend line. And it seems like price is stuck between these two trend lines. And before we have some major movement, it is most likely that there will be further consolidation, because right now there is a strong support area. Here it was rejected back at the end of 2019. It has been rejected. Then it has been rejected on March 2020. Then again, rejection. So key support, extremely strong. And from what it seems is that price could be heading down once again to retest this support. The reason is basically the rejection of the 200 exponential moving average at this stage. And also, if I zoom it and we see the daily time frame, okay, we can see that there are two spikes, one spike and then second spike. Both failed to break above the moving average, which says that there is certainly a potential for the downside move because it's being rejected. And as long as this high holds, which is at 79.87, we should expect the downside correction. Whether it will be a correction or the longer term bearish trend is yet to be seen. So all in all, on the daily time frame, it is looking bearish, and this could result in a price decline of around 100 or 140 pips from the current price. Now let's move to the lower time frame. Probably let's go to 1 hour chart. So I have applied another trend line through these two highs, and we can see that it has been rejected consistently, and price produced already a new lower low and failed to produce a new higher high. Besides, we had a breakout of the moving average here, which also suggests that the price is under the selling pressure. So there was this breakout. It was a pretty strong sign that bears are getting in control. Now, looking at the 4 hour chart, we can see that there is another interesting level, which is this. We can see here was the support moving on to the 1 hour chart, and now it is acting as the resistance. So yet another thing to consider, because here is the supply area for the Canadian Japanese yen. Obviously, there could be a fast move to the upside considering there was the rejection of the moving average, but this can only happen if there will be break above this high, because the rejection of the moving average, then break above the high, new higher high, and we have higher highs and higher lows pattern already suggesting that this could be an uptrend. But before we break to the upside, it is under selling pressure. What we can say about the downside potential here? I have applied simple fibs to this move to the upside, corrective move to the upside. The overall trend is down, as you can see, with the lower lows and lower highs. We have two levels here, 78.6 and 88.6. I like both of them, and I think price is likely to test either 78 or 88 level. Another thing I did, I have applied fibs to this corrective move to the upside after price broke the moving average. We see that here is 161.8 fibs, almost exactly corresponds to 78.6 fibs, which makes it the first key support level. Of course, it can get broken, and then we will move further down to this level, 88.6. So these are the two levels to watch, key support levels, as long as we hold the current resistance area. I mean, there could be a spike above this level, but even above this high, I would not expect price to go if this is an uptrend. So these are two key levels, although there could be a spike, but unlikely. I mean, probably it will be invalidated if we have a price moving higher. but the key support still slightly above. And besides, you can see that clean rejection of the moving average. This area is clearly a resistance. All in all, I would expect one wave to the downside, fast wave to the downside, something like that. This is an hourly chart, and I think it can take 2, 3, 4, 5 days, trading days, for this to be accomplished, but only as long as the resistance holds, of course. So that's the analysis for the Canadian Japanese yen. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let's move back to all previously made analysis as usual. Australian versus dollar. Moving continues to move up, although we clearly will have the resistance at this price. There was a support, there was the resistance. This is most likely will be resistance and will result in consolidation. I think unless price will go fast to the upside, this will result in consolidation and even could correct back, because the next cycle in about a week, trading week. So here could be a consolidation for 1 week, could be a pullback, could be a retest of this support. All in all, it looks very bullish, although I would not exclude this kind of scenario where price is correcting down or range trading because of this resistance simply, which you can see on the daily time frame. We failed to break it so far, and this will be important to see this breakout to the upside. Euro pound, looking good, looking very bullish. Unless we break to the downside, this could be a massive trend. It will take most likely some time because currently we're rejecting the moving average. And you can see there are also two spikes, two candles attempted to break above the exponential moving average 200 period, but both failed. So this could result in the correction or consolidation. And when and if we break this resistance, that should result in a strong rally. It remains valid. Nothing has changed. We rejected this resistance, expecting very weak Canadian dollar and the strong Swiss franc. The Canadian dollar weakness is supported by the weakness of the US oil, and the Swiss franc strength is supported by the strength of gold. Pound versus Japanese yen, correcting the up, although pound weakness should result in the strong downtrend. Still interesting, very interesting opportunity. I think it will be bearish eventually. This correction could be providing a good opportunity, but we just need to hold this high right there. And as long as the price stays below, it will remain valid. So holding tight to this one. Or on the other hand, the Swiss franc Japanese yen, well, retesting the resistance once again. And guys, we did manage to produce a lower low because price spiked below. So this is tricky now. I think that it's better to invalidate this setup, because I think, well, it's tough to say actually, because the Swiss franc strength could strongly dominate against the Japanese yen strength. So in that case, this trend will continue. So very tricky, but let's continue to see. I wonder if we can hit this resistance, but I mean, if Swiss franc will be strong today, we can see this strong move to the upside very fast to test this resistance. The euro Swiss franc corrected up, so yeah, Swiss franc strength should result in the move to the downside on the euro Swiss franc, and this could push the CHF JPY as well up. Pound Swiss franc also valid. We looking for the very, very strong move, and you can see there already we had the 4 Canadian pairs, which is Canadian Swiss franc, which is Swiss franc Japanese yen, euro Swiss franc, and pound Swiss franc. All of them suggesting the strength of this currency along with the gold. So yeah, still valid. Pound Australian dollar, congrats who had the same view. We have tested the downside target, so this idea is done. We will not be following analysis for this pair anymore. Now moving on to the pound New Zealand dollar. We're having this support here, and you can see there was no clear break below. These spikes only, which makes it very tricky. And considering that pound Australian dollar has reached the downside support, I think there could be a pullback to the upside on the pound New Zealand dollar. So it's a bit tricky here, and I'm not sure if it manages to break to the downside. All in all, we have tested this downtrend, this average price downtrend trend line, almost tested it. So very tricky as well. I think there is a chance of the price continuing to moving down, although it becomes more risky to hold the sell position. But if we manage to break below, I think this trend will be very, very strong. I think we will see something like that. So it's either price will correct and break. If it breaks above, that will be an uptrend from what I understand at the moment. So this could be something like that if we break above. But as long as we hold this resistance, it still will remain bullish. But consider it very tricky one. Time to go for the gold. Gold slowly, steadily rising after this strong pullback that we had yesterday night. And right now we see a new higher high has been printed. So very bullish. Maybe today we will see the price, some price action, some strong rally. And yeah, along with the silver probably, because it has been broken, the previously made high, it has broken this resistance area, which does suggest a very bullish market for the silver. Along with the gold, this could be the case. So expecting this move to the upside. S&P 500, it went above, it went higher. So here we're still waiting what will be happening. But guys, if we go above this high, it will be invalidated. We could be seeing new higher highs. I don't think this will be the case, but who knows? You know, I can be wrong. Overall downtrend probably can get rejected. I don't like this breakout, to be honest with you, because it suggests that there is some buying pressure for the S&P 500, and we definitely need to hold 88.6. And unless that happens, price is likely to continue rising. Ethereum starting to move up. We can see this nice green candle of yesterday after rejection of the uptrend trend line. So definitely a valid, interesting setup. Litecoin starting to move up. Today there was a good move, but still a lot to go for these cryptocurrency pairs. So it's a waiting time, and we will get back once there are some price actions. And I hope you enjoyed the Canadian Japanese yen analysis. If you did, I would love to see 100 likes, a lot of comments, and of course click that subscribe button to support the channel, and of course to get notifications of all the new videos that are coming on the daily basis. Plus we will soon have some educational videos. There will be a lot of interesting content, and why not to follow it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care and profits to you.